Speaking of which, and I want to close out with this. You heard about Eminem getting the cover of XXL?
I refuse to close out with that. We're going to talk about Freddie Gibbs' single.
No,
But
Eminem got the cover. We gotta talk about that.
no, that's cool as long as we
It's
talk
all,
about Gibbs to end the show, so we don't leave the fans with a sour taste of you having one of. Just go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Oh God, you found the cover. Oh my God, it's so cover.
how do you like the cover? He
Oh
said,
God, is this the cover?
"Yeah, that's the cover." He said, "I want to do things that nobody from this point on can ever do. Rap to that level, no one else can get to." Okay, Eminem, in my own words. You know, when I saw this, I thought, man, Eminem's doing everything but responding to the game, and the fear is real. I
So
get it.
here's historically what we need to understand. Well, they have been going to Interscope and Aftermath almost since their inception to
They
sell them some
have.
magazines and
To go
publications.
back to that well was very interesting to me.
They've been in this well for a minute because how many times have they put 50 Dre and M on here already as it is?
Yeah.
So they're going so they're going back to what works for them to help get them some sales, and he's also doing the same. It's
Well,
business.
I think what this is more so about, Coop, is them trying to acclimate Eminem back into a hip hop lexicon, a hip hop audience. Because he doesn't do press when it comes to hip hop media like that. And I guess technically XXL, even though they're not really grassroots and really moving the needle anymore, and I say that respectfully, it is what it is. It ain't 2002. They're still technically hip hop media. But Eminem has been skipping over them for the past, what, 10, 15 years? And now, since his legacy in a lot of these hip hop conversations is kind of wavering, and Game said what he said on a big megaphone and broadcast it. I know a lot of people want to deny the things the Game's saying and act like this record doesn't exist, but some of the things the Game's saying on this record, people really feel like, and people really, feel that way. They don't play his music. So now, let me get back into hip hop media. Let me get on the cover of XXL, take it back to the roots or whatever. No, man, forget all that. You need to respond to Game. He out here at Detroit Lions practice, doing photo shoots with XXL. That's cool. Respond to Game.
I
Esquire
didn't think it
with
was.
the Esquire with the super chat says the separation between Nas and Jay-Z's catalog lies in the middle tier to the bottom tier albums in their respective catalog. Compare their worst 5 to 7 LPs. I agree with that.
I can agree with that because like 444 and Nostradamus are like Nostradamus better than 444. I know that.
What you're gonna find in their bottom half of their albums is Nas even has substance in his weaker works, which I think is
Right.
gonna tip the scale. Andrew Green with the super chat says, um, like I stated earlier, I hope the Nas comes off the tour even more inspired and drops KD3 in the fall. I think
Well,
he
people
will.
well people have to realize it's like well he did just drop an album about 9 months ago, so it's not like you know what I'm saying. It's not like he's off schedule.
No, he's not. He's not.
Right.
36 Chambers says the Jack Harlow Industry Plant, Fat Joe hosting the BET Awards, BET Hip Hop Awards specifically, and Eminem on XXL all in a few months span. The industry really spinning these narratives. They're working hard, man. They're working overtime. But you know what? You, the people, are actually making the decisions out here, and that's why people are making moves that they normally don't make. And Eminem being on the cover of XXL talking about he gonna tell his story. Man, we ain't never seen that over the past 10, 15 years when people had him on Rolling Stone covers talking about he's the king of rap.
This is very true.
This is all new. But
This
again,
is.
this is about showing and proving, and we were talking about music when we talked about Nas and going through his catalog and everything that he's done. Eminem's gonna have to redirect this narrative with music. And I know I keep clowning the fact that he's not responding to Game, but that's the first thing you need to do. If you want if you think that everybody is off course in how they view Eminem's legacy and they hate you now just because we're hating or whatever, respond to game, and prove to us that you are one of the greats, demolish that, and then come with some great music. That's it. Nas just dropped Magic, man. And he was in this game well before M. If M's one of the greats, I don't see why he couldn't do that.
I don't think he can do something like Magic because he hasn't even made. How about this? I mean, I don't think. Where would you put the Marshall Mathers LP like on the Nas range of like albums? Wouldn't that fall like outside of his top 10?
Okay, the Nas albums that I like more than the Marshall Mathers LP. Is that what you're asking me?
No, not that you like more. How many are better? Nobody asked if you liked it more. What's just better?
I think Godson's better.
Well, we can stop right there because Godson's like 6th or 7th.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now. Right. So
yeah.
So we have to curb the expectations to the output and stop getting so wrapped in what the media says and who gets put on magazine covers. That's what I mean. Is that that's what I've always said. Is that no, I think he's a dope ass MC. It just hasn't been relative to the notoriety and acclaim that has been received. Never said he wasn't dope. It's just not relative to the notoriety and the claim and the stature and the atmosphere that he gets put in. Because when I gave you that rundown of how many albums Jay had that was comparable, you could at least give me a rundown. I ain't got no rundown with Nas.
Well, listen, man, no one's ever saying anybody just can't rap or whatever. Even when we criticize or nitpick Jay-Z's career, no one would ever say Jay can't rhyme. You know what I mean? Like, that's never the premise. Like, we're just talking about, where a person stands. And, people say this guy's could end people's careers on the mic. He's the ultimate battle rapper and this and that. And it's like, I'm not seeing it.
See, but that's what I'm saying. The people who are saying that really don't validate anything in any real hip hop circles or spheres like that. So it's like, we got to just start looking at it for what it is. And it's like, no, you've had a good rap career. Most guys have released, most guys that have been around 20, 25 years have about 3 to 5 dope projects that they can speak to. You're one of those guys.
But this is the problem, though, Coop. It's like when we ignored it, it went out of control. We've ignored, talking about these narratives and let other media outlets pump up this narrative, and we knew what was what and never said anything about it. You wake up one day, he's the greatest rapper ever. You know what I'm saying?
And that's fair, but I think part of the reason why all of this is happening for him is because it has to happen for him, because here's the thing about it. It's not happening. So he has to try things. You see, when you stay in a vein of what you do the way Nas and Wu-Tang Clan had, and you've been loyal and committed to your fan base to a degree in terms of providing them with true classic output that's going to stand the test of time, well, you don't need to get plugged back into XXL. You can just get on tour with the homies and run your own shit. See, he's plugged into the machine a certain way, and it's coming back to bite him on the back end. And so I don't think we should gloss over it. But Mike, I'll tell you, we don't have to do much, because what he's going to have to do to really get what he's looking for is make the material, because never before in hip hop is like your material showing itself or what it can do and how people look at you. Look at the Nas resurgence. Well, that's been about his material, not about the notoriety and acclaim, because of a 4-minute Jay-Z verse gets more notoriety and acclaim, but everybody in the street know Nas is running this shit right.
Exactly. No, you're right. And we have to ask ourselves, and we're gonna go check out that Nas and Wu-Tang concert. But we gotta ask ourselves, if Eminem was to go out there and do a tour, of course it'll sell out. But what does that audience look like? Does it look like that hip hop audience that you see with Nas and Wu?
That's what I'm saying. We got to even stop having those conversations. And since he's so concerned with the rapping and the craft side of it, be like, how do your songs and albums sound right now?
Right.
Period. We don't need to get into all that other stuff, because that's what he keeps trying to make it about. Even with that comment that you just made, it's like, no, fam, let's make it about that. Bring it out.
There it is. Well, let's talk about the Freddie record before we get up out of here.
Yeah, we're going to talk Freddie real quick and slide. I wanted to share your thoughts right quick, because you said something that I thought was pretty insightful.
Man, Freddie got flow. I like the record, and I feel like Moneybagg Yo, even though they both sound right on the record, obviously there's a gap when it comes to, Moneybagg Yo's skill set as an MC in relation to Freddie. But yeah, Freddie's very versatile, and I think his versatility is underrated. That's one of the things you said, and I agree with that.
So I think it might be his competitive nature, because I agree with your sentiments about the Moneybagg Yo comment, but that's when I realized, you want to know what? Rarely do you not hear Gibbs rap with the A-lister? Well, he does rap next to Mos Def and Pusha T on Bandana and Benny and Conway before these issues popped up, and Boldy and Currency. Like he's usually with an A-lister when he's rapping, and Jada Kiss on Black Illuminati. And so you can forget how A-list he is. So when I heard him in relation to Moneybagg Yo, it's like Moneybagg Yo is dope. This nigga is one of the best rappers in the game. And the main thing that I loved about the record, it sounds nothing like Alfredo. And that's what I mean about his versatility may be understated. Because when I heard Alfredo, I was like, this is nothing like Bandana. And when I heard Bandana, I was like, this is nothing like Pinata.
Well, you know, even
he's
the
on
record,
a nice little run of making about 3 dope-ass projects that's like borderline great to classic, depending on who you ask. And I think we're looking at 4.
Even the record that he did with Rick Ross, fine. Where he did the ice cream beat. Well, I think the song's called Ice Cream. That record.
Yeah, this beat takes the Chico DeBarge Problems loop and freaks it really hard. I love how they freak the problems. You got to catch it and know your music. It's like, oh no, that's a hard freak. That's like that Havoc freak on the White Lines to the Quiet Storm. It's like, hold on, I know that. Hold on, where's that from? Right.
Yeah.
So it's a dope overall record, and I'm super excited for his project.
Oh yeah, the record with Scarface too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's what I was telling you. I told you, like, you picked Black Thought for album of the year. I picked Nas, but I told you that the dark horse that could come take him from them both is who?
It's Freddie, and I'm with you on that.
Yeah. And this first song gave me some evidence because I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga sound fresh. He sound hot. This shit slaps. Like, I can always tell if a record slaps when my daughter hops in the car and she kind of looks up right quick to see what it is. Like, hold on, what's that? Who that? Because other than that, she ain't checking unless it's Fly. She's in her phone. When she hopped in the car and she heard Freddie, she was like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it gets your attention.
Yeah.
And Black Illuminati, if that's on there too, this is heavy.
You got the Scarface, the Black Illuminati. We know there's a Pusha T joint that's been floating around, I think.
Yeah, I was hearing about that. Yeah. I think it was what Twitter account was that?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking, out of Chicago or whatever.
No, I really don't know. You know, I be catching stuff like on the back end, like secondhand smoke like a mug. So I never get like any original like copies. I just see what's floating like on the Vine and shit. You know what I mean?
All right, man. Well, great show, man. Happy birthday to the greatest MC of all time. I think we had some great conversation today, chopping it up, man. And if y'all not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to this According to Hip Hop YouTube channel. We here chopping up hip hop all day on our on our Wednesday and Friday show. And click that Patreon if you want to really get in the real in-depth discussions and jump in these discussions too. LP with the super chat before we get out of here says Freddie, the most diverse artist of his generation. I can't argue.
He might be, Mike. Think about it. He can rap next to Mos Def or Tyler the Creator with ease. He can rap next to Pusha T or Benny or Conway at ease. He can rap next to Currency. He can ride this type of track. He can ride an East Coast
Alchemist. You know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday to the GOAT.
Boy,
KD3 on the way, we hope. Drop KD3 like on my birthday, like top of October.
Haha.
Couple weeks.